In 2019, we were introduced to a new character named Vanny. She was set up to be the new antagonist for this modern era of Five Nights at Freddy's. However, when Security Breach came out in 2021, that didn't really happen. A lot of Vanny's content was cut. And then she didn't even appear in Ruin, only some graffiti, we'll get back to that. She does reappear in Help Wanted 2, but again, a lot of her stuff was cut. So fast forward to today, Steelwool Studios has posted a teaser featuring a new version of Vanny. This version of Vanny has a creepier mask with a toothy grin and what looks to be a black bodysuit. Now, at the end of Security Breach, Vanny, otherwise known as Vanessa, the security guard watching over the Pizzaplex, is freed from Glitchtrap's control. And in Help Wanted 2, she kills him. So then, who is this new Vanny? That's what I'm here to talk about today. I'm here to discuss the identity of the new Security Breach 2 Vanny. I've been able to narrow it down to a few suspects, and I'm also here to share a couple of fan theories from across the community. Starting off with Suspect 1. It's Vanessa again. Now, like the intro explained, it's not really that possible for Vanessa to be the new Vanny, especially since she's free from Glitchtrap's control and Glitchtrap is dead. Now, there is one circumstance that I could see Vanny being Vanessa again in Security Breach 2. That would be if Security Breach 2 was a prequel. Side tangent, I really hope that Security Breach 2 isn't a prequel because I just want to know what happened to Cassie and I want to continue the story. Now, it does make a lot of sense for Vanessa to be suspect number 1. Because Vanny is basically just Vanessa's alter ego while under the control of Glitchtrap or the Mimic. So it is possible that this design of Vanny is Vanessa again, but for a Security Breach prequel. But if Security Breach 2 is a sequel to Security Breach and Ruin, then I don't really see a way that Vanessa could be Vanny yet again. Now let's go on to Suspect 2, Cassie. Last we saw of Cassie, depending on which ending is canon really, was either A, falling down an elevator shaft dropped by the Mimic or Gregory, B, hidden somewhere in the sinkhole with the Vanny mask on next to a Fredbear cutout, or in the scooping room. Point is, we don't know what happened to Cassie, and I would really like to know. Actually, no, that's not even the point. It is possible that the elevator ending or the Brazil ending is canon, and she just gives in to the control of the Mimic, because the Mimic is still in her brain, by the way. At the beginning of Ruin, she basically just gets a brain surgery to have him implemented into her brain. So yeah, with her being left with no hope left and with the Mimic inside of her brain, yeah, I can see why Cassie Vanny is a popular theory. And I'm going to be honest, I believed it. I actually kind of supported the theory. Well, that was until the teaser for Security Breach 2 dropped on the anniversary. Because that is a fully grown woman. Whoever Vanny is, she has to be a grown-up. And Cassie is a child. So I've seen some people propose the time skip. There might be a time skip between Ruin and Security Breach 2, which allows Cassie to grow up in the sinkhole and become the new Vanny. Basically the Mimic's new protege. But I don't really see a way Cassie surviving down in the sinkhole for that long. Especially with no one looking for her for that long also. But also, Vanessa, Gregory, and Freddy are looking for her, I assume. Because at the end of Ruin, Gregory gets in contact with her. Once the signal is disconnected, he's gonna worry and he's probably gonna go down to the Pizzaplex to try and find her. Also, what is she gonna do about food? There's no food down there other than like the glowing mushrooms, which are probably not edible. There's this theory brought up by Vanny Bro, suggesting that Cassie could have survived similar to Rory from Tales from the Pizzaplex. Quick rundown, the whole twist of Didophobia was that none of what Rory was experiencing was real. He'd already aged 10 years since. What he had been seeing were basically just hallucinations created by nightmare gas, which is also heavily implied to be what the Fnaf 4 characters are, created by William. and everything he ate was just wafers, but I kind of pinned that on the placebo effect. So maybe Cassie does have maybe a tiny bit of a chance if the AR world tricks her that she's eating real food when she's only eating like wafers, I guess. If so, then yeah, probably Cassie Vanny could work, but what throws me off is the time jump. That would have to be at least 10 years. And what, Gregory, Vanessa, and Freddy couldn't find her for 10 whole years? Also, a time skip just feels so out of place for this franchise, especially where we are with the story. But in conclusion, I don't think that this new Vanny is Cassie just yet. I'm gonna do a quick lightning round before I get to who I think the new Vanny is. So these are different theories shared by the community. Alright, number 1, Tape Girl. We haven't seen Tape Girl since Help Wanted 1 when she was infected with the glitch trap virus. So she could still be lurking somewhere as, like, I guess a backup Vanny. But I'm pretty sure Scott and Stu will have completely forgotten about Tape Girl, and we probably would have gotten a name for her if she was ever going to come back. User Izzy is spooked, and a few other community members have shared a theory that this new Vanny is more so an agony manifestation of the Vanny persona after Vanny and Vanessa split, or at least after Vanessa was freed from Glitch Trap's control. And I'm gonna be honest, I actually really like this theory, mainly because I just want to see more agony related stuff in the games, other than the shadow animatronics and possibly Tangle. But it also does make a lot of sense. User Garance, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, had also shared a theory that this Vanny could be one of many. There could be a cult of Vannys. TLDR, after Vanny became her own entity and killed Glitchtrap, she somehow got in charge of Fazbear Entertainment and made mass-produced Vanny masks in order to possess the technicians. Hence why there's so many Vanny graffitis all over the walls in Ruin. Even though Vanessa is no longer Vanny, it's the technicians for Fazbear, since, I don't think the technicians were ever fired or killed, though. That was just other employees and security. And again, I really do like this theory. But my number 1 suspect for the identity behind the new Vanny is a digital version of Vanny, specifically the one that we see in Help Wanted 2. So this kind of ties in with Izzy's and Garence's theories with the digital Vanny being behind it. Basically, the Vanny that we see in Help Wanted 2, from my interpretation, is not actually Vanessa in the Vanny network, but more so a digital manifestation of the Vanny persona. And she more so formed after the Princess Quest ending in Security Breach and was able to take down Glitchtrap. Now, there's a lot of glitchy effects on the new Vanny, specifically her suit having this glitchy texture. I'm not sure if that's just because of, the glitch effects that they applied to the video, but a lot of it seems very digital to me. I think that she could work a lot like Mexes, appearing inside of the Vanny network whenever you have the mask on for too long, and only existing in the AR world like she does in Help Wanted 2. Now, is this Vanessa or Vanny still a good guy? Probably. I don't even think she was to be in the first place. I don't know, maybe. Just look at the unused voice lines for Help Wanted 2. She was mainly supposed to guide the player, which current theory is Cassie's dad, a technician. She was supposed to be guiding the player to help her defeat Glitchtrap and to not let them escape. And at the end, she just leaves him there. She leaves the technician behind to just sit in that claw machine. But it does seem that Vanny's going to be going back to a more antagonistic role since, Glitchtrap's gone, and I guess she could try look for a new host. And she finds that in Cassie and tries to take over her throughout the game. But a lot of these theories are just speculations because we know next to nothing about Security Breach 2. We don't even know if that's the title, actually. That's just a fan-made title for now. So in summary, I think it's the digital version of Vanny from Help Wanted 2 trying to look for a new host inside of the Vanny network. Since the Vanny network probably still works down in the sinkhole because, Help Wanted 2. But I want to hear your guys' theories. Who do you think the new Vanny is? Is it Vanessa? Is it Cassie? Is it Tape Girl? Is it Springtrap? Who Who do we think it is? Make sure to like and subscribe and leave your theories in the comments, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.